I'm here at Nobby's. I'm in a little place called The Cabin. Nice little place to have a cup of coffee and meet all the ladies over there with their babies. And I'm impressed because you see, 45 years ago I lived here, but what I'm sitting in wasn't here. And come down with me and I'm going to show you where I was in my own little shop when I had my family here and a brand new baby, just like they got over there. Come with me and I'll show you.
Concerns you as a parent, right?
Well, if I was to compare my life with 45 years ago when my baby here was born, what concerns me as a parent today, it is not a good environment. I mean, have a look at out there and there's bumper-to-bumper cars, and this is in the middle of the week. This is terrible. In the old days, it was fresh air to breathe, and there was no fluoride in the water, there was no chemicals, there wasn't even any chloride or chlorine in the water. So we had pure water to drink, and we had our own water tank down there behind the shop. So, and today, where can you get good food? Where can we get good food? That's what worries me as a parent, for the parents today. Where can they feed their children good food? Now I'm here at Nobby's Beach, Nobby's, and would you believe, back in 1965, there's my shop where the BWS is now. That was my aquarium and pet shop, and behind there we had our own flat. And of course where I'm pointing up there on the top of the mountain, that was a chairlift to take you up there so that you could have up the cafe, you could have a meal and a cup of coffee. But I just want to tell you how this place has been developed. All this along here, where I'm pointing, that wasn't built. That wasn't there. And if I go across the road over here across the road, there was a caravan park there. That would go underwater in the floods, and we would have to go down there and pull the caravans out before the water got up too high and pull them up here in the highway, otherwise the caravans would go underwater. So that's a little bit of history of what's happened here in my life at Nobby's. Now I'm here at Nobby's, right, and this part of the shopping complexes, they weren't here. All this part weren't here back in the 60s and the 70s, and my shop, as you know, was down there. And I'm talking to a lovely lady here that's one of the locals. Hello, how are you?
Good.
I see you've got a nice little baby here.
Yeah.
And can I ask you a couple of questions? How long have you lived here?
In this area probably a year.
A year?
Yeah.
And you like this area?
Yes, very much.
Right. Yeah. Have you caught up with anything that the government's doing here when it comes to the water, putting fluoride in the water?
I only read, of course, about it, but right, yeah, other than that.
I know you've got a bit of an accent.
Yes.
What is it?
From Germany.
Are you?
Yeah.
Right.
Bist du auch ein Deutscher?
Yeah.
Ach du lieber.
Did you know the local council here, they voted not to put fluoride in the water. They didn't want it fluoride because it's a poison. And the state government forced this area, forced the government to put it in.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Very weird, I think, if you don't want it, and nevertheless they just put it in and you can't do much about it, unless, I don't know, can you filter it? You probably can.
No, most of it's got to stay there, but what they're not also telling the people, infants that are on, where you mix the formula, shouldn't have fluoride in the water. Did they tell you that?
Actually, yeah, I heard that actually. Yeah, but I only heard that on the child health center where I'm going to.
Oh, so they're telling you at the Child Health Centre?
Yeah, no, it was not that they really told me. It was more in the conversation that we had, and then the lady said something.
So in other words,
it's not really officially that they
so you've got no warning from the government?
No.
Okay, well thank you for talking to us. It's nice to meet the nice people. Did you have to have fluoride over in Germany?
No.
No. They banned it there.
Yeah, we didn't have it. I'm actually from a little village and we didn't have that at all.
No.
I moved to Hamburg, lived there for a while. Not so sure if they had it in there, to be honest. No. Not so sure.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If you give it now. If you give me your email, I'll email your copy.
Oh yeah.
And I'll give you a copy of what we're doing.
Okay, thank you.
What's your email? Have you got a book or something?
I don't have a.
No, come on. Fire away. Now here you can see this is Nobby Beach Post. I can tell you, when I had my shop along here this was a ecology shop, I think. Ecology shop, yeah, there's a fellow called Harry used to run it. And now it's a post office, so this is part of the development of the Nubby Beach area.
We're putting together a little documentary about how locals really feel about what the government does to kind of, you know, just tell people that they're going to put chemicals in the water. So obviously you're concerned about it. What do you think it's? What did you hear about where the fluoride suddenly just popped in?
Well, I mean, the next thing you know, you're just told. You're never asked about it.
Right.
People really aren't considered how they feel, and that's what I think's wrong. You know, and even if the people stand up and say, well, we don't want this, and you do petitions and you know, organise groups, and most of the time it's the majority of the people are saying no, you don't get a say. You know, we're supposed to have like a government that says we have free will and the power of the people counts, but it doesn't. You know.
Well,
so,
the council here wrote a letter to the Premier Bligh to tell them that they didn't want fluoride. It didn't make any difference.
Yeah, exactly. So you become complacent. Do you know what I mean? I just try to stay on top of everything with as much filtration systems as I can in my house, and I try to make my own home safe for me. You know, and do what I can and take responsibility in that way, because I think at the end of the day, you know, we don't really get a say. We don't really get heard.
No, you've really got to protect yourself from the government's irresponsible actions.
That's right.
You realise that they don't care about our health, they don't care about our kids, and you've got to go to all these extreme lengths to defend yourself from their decisions.
That's right.
Let's dump chemicals in here, we'll put chemicals in food, we'll allow this, we'll allow that.
Exactly.
They're really working for chemical companies.
That's right.
They're not working for the people.
Greed factor. It's always about the greed.
The government are affected by money, how much money they can grab from people.
That's why they want us to keep populating the planet, and then all our kids pay more and more taxes, and they're happy chappies.
Well, thanks, Trace.
Now, as you can see, we're at the Nubby's Beach Surf Club.